Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video on this channel. So I've got a new major update for Aimogen Chatbot, and starting from today we'll have the feature, the ability to set workflows in the chatbot. So if you don't know what these are, let me explain them to you. So you will be able to set workflows. If a trigger happens in the chatbot, it will be able to execute specific actions. So for example, an example trigger is if the user sends a specific message, or if the user sends a message which contains a specific word, or you can set all these triggers. So the currently implemented triggers are here. I will detail them later in this video, and if these triggers are happening, then you can execute these actions. So send chatbot message, prepend text to the AI prompt from the chatbot, jump to another workflow, because you can create multiple workflows like this, redirect to URL, so you can redirect the entire page on which the chatbot is residing to another URL if an action is happening, or you can even end the chatbot conversation. So let me show you a basic example. Let us create a new workflow. So let's delete this workflow, and let me show you this step by step. So first of all, I click on the bot workflows tab. And here we have a bot workflow configuration string. This is the heart of the entire configuration of workflows. And you can configure this string using the chatbot workflow builder from below. So you can add a new workflow, and you can see that this is automatically changing based on what we write here. Okay, so you don't need to change this directly, but you can build the string using the builder from below. So we have the workflow 1. This is our new workflow that we create, and let's give it a new ID. So let's add the ID support. This must be unique between workflows. Max repeat count, how many times this workflow can repeat. If a user accesses this triggers, so if the user triggers this workflow, how many times can this be repeated by repeated triggers? And this is usually 1, but you can set this to a larger number to allow the user to repeat and to trigger this workflow multiple times. Priority means if multiple workflows would be fired by the same user message, the higher priority workflow will be fired instead of the other. So this sets the priority of which workflow will be fired if multiple workflows would be fired in the same message from the user. If the workflow is active, you can set this checkbox, and here are the triggers and actions. So these two columns will be very important. And first, let me set up a basic if user message contains support. So if the user adds a message in the chatbot with the word support in it, then we can do an action, and the basic action can be send chatbot message. So we can set a message to the chatbot. For example, we can hello, how can I provide support for you today? Okay, so this is a basic message from the chat AI. This is a hard-coded message when the input contains the word support. So delay, this can be used to simulate chatbot behavior, because the chatbot is thinking for a period, and this delay is also simulating the thinking of the chatbot. So you can set this to 2 seconds, for example, to set a 2-second delay before the this response appears to the user. And also response options are a set of options that the user can select at the bottom of the conversation with which he can reply fast to the message. So the different options can be separated by semicolons. So let me exemplify this. I need urgent support. My product is not working and I need help. Okay, so if we did this, then our workflow string will be automatically updated, so no need to change anything else besides of hitting save settings. So now we save settings, and all we have to do is test this. So we have this little chatbot here from below, and this chatbot will benefit of the settings we set here. And let's us write hi, and we can see that the chatbot is replying. And let's write support, or even better, I need support. And here it is. Hello, how can I provide support for you today? And if you see hello, how can I provide support for you today? And we have the buttons here. I need urgent support. My product is not working. I need help. Exactly like we set here in the response options. And if we click here, I need urgent support, the chatbot will continue on and do his own reply, but it will take in consideration also the hard-coded messages that we entered here. So if we enter here a hard-coded message with some information, the AI will know the information, will know about the information that we entered previously and will be able to use it. Okay. So this is just a basic example. This is very simple, and this feature can be taken to a whole new level, and the chatbot will be able to be taken to a whole new level with this workflows feature. And one thing to note before I go and continue this tutorial is that the custom chatbot builder will also have the bot workflow configuration string, and this string can be copied directly from the bot workflows settings. So this string can be copied and you can add it here in the custom chatbot builder, and you will be able to use the same workflow which you configured here also in your custom chatbot. Okay, so if you don't save settings, just copy the string that you create here and add it in the custom chatbot builder and paste it in the bot workflow configuration string, and you will be able to use this also in your custom chatbots. Okay, so now let's go ahead and create some new workflows. Okay, so let's go ahead and for example add a new workflow. And we have workflow 2. We enter an ID for workflow 2. So for example, we enter, we have a support workflow, and let's create also product info. So for example, if we have some product about which we want to provide some info, we can do this. And let's set this to be repeated 2 times because I want to show you how to use this 2 times. Okay, and we have product info ID, max repeat count, priority, and we have here the triggers. If we have multiple triggers, because you can see that we can add multiple triggers here, we have also an operator for multiple triggers, and the operator can be and or not. And this operator actually is between all of these multiple triggers. So if you set this to and, this trigger and 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 this trigger needs to be true for this workflow to be fired. So if this is set to end. If you set it to or, any of these triggers, only one or multiple of them is enough to launch this workflow actions. So and requires all actions to be all triggers to be true, or requires at least one trigger to be true, and not requires neither of these triggers to be true for the chatbot to be fired. Okay, so let's set this to end, and let me set up an example. For example, let's say, let me talk about also some triggers here that we have. User message contains. If the user message contains a word, this will be triggered. User message not contains. If the user message does not contain a specific word, it will be fired. User message matches regex. This is an advanced feature. If the user message matches the regex that you enter here, it will fire. Not matches regex, user message is. So this is exactly the user message that is required for the user to enter, and this is exact match on the message, and the workflow will be executed in actions. Any user message contains, so any of the previous user messages contains a specific word, then it will be fired. Previous user message is, so if the previous user message is a specific text or word, this will be fired. Nth message sent, so if the user sends his fifth message, for example, so you can set this to 5, and this will be triggered only on the fifth message of the user. N or more messages sent, if the user sends 5 or more messages. N or fewer messages sent, if the user sends 5 or fewer messages. User is logged in, user is not logged in, so you can set workflows to be fired for logged in or for not logged in users. User role is not. So if the user is an administrator or if is a subscriber, you can for example trigger a workflow for him and do things for them. User login name is or is not, so you can do things for specific users. User message starts with, user message ends with, or user message length is, user, or it is the day of week. You can trigger you can fire these triggers only on a specific day of week. So for example, you can add here Monday. Time of day interval, so you can specifically say that, hey, I need this to work between 5 and 9 o'clock, or between 12 and 19 o'clock. And even specific date, if you enter here a specific date, you can set here in this format. So year, month, day. So this will mean 11/28. So this is 28th of November 2024. Okay, so these are the possible triggers that can be added to the chatbot. I will extend this list in the upcoming period based on your suggestions. So if you have ideas of what triggers would you like to see here, let me know. Also, let me show you the actions, the possible actions. So send chatbot message will send a specific message to the user. This is a hard-coded message, and the message can have username and is user logged in shortcodes. This will be replaced with 1 if the user is logged in, and with 0 if the user is not logged in. Delay is after how many seconds should the response be shown to the user. This can be also a range, as you can see here, to 5. User response options are the options that you saw here previously, and we have prepend text to the AI prompt. If you want to prepend some additional info to the AI in an invisible way for the user. So for example, you can set some prepended text to the AI prompt, which is sent to the AI system prompt, which tells the AI info about its personality, about its knowledge. So you can add here extra knowledge for the AI based on events. So this will be fired only for a single specific message, and you can set some extra information only to that specific message. When this trigger is fired, this action will be taken and it will add some specific information for the AI using this. And response options are similar. Jump to workflows. So if you set here multiple workflows, if you want, you can jump to another workflow ID. So we can jump to the workflow support, and in this case the first message, the first action of this workflow will be executed. Redirect to URL. If you want to redirect a user to a URL when a trigger is met, you can do this. And end conversation if you want to end totally the conversation in the chatbot at a trigger, or if something is met. Okay, so as I explained this, you can delete the workflow here. So you can delete this specific workflow using this button. Note that only this workflow, the workflow 2, will be deleted by this button. Workflow 1 will be deleted by this other button. Okay, so now let me show you actually some useful stuff that we can set up here. Okay, let me think of something. So let me say user is logged in, and user message is, and we can take the message from here. I need urgent support. So if the user enters I need urgent support, then we can tell the user that, hey, we can actually prepend some initial information to the chatbot. You speak only Hungarian. Reply only in Hungarian. So this is some testing only, and we can add more actions, as you can see here. So I did not speak about these multiple actions so far. So if you add multiple actions, then this will be a single response from the chatbot, and the user will enter something, a reply. And this will be the next response from the chatbot, and the user replies, and this will be the third response from the chatbot if we have 3 actions in this workflow. So they are actually called workflows because you can add multiple actions in here, and they will serve each one chatbot message. So one chatbot response. And note that workflows currently cannot be interrupted, only if you jump to another workflow. So this can be done only if you jump to another workflow. Okay, so let's say that so let me show you how I think to do the workflow. So we enter the word support in the chatbot. It will trigger this workflow, and we will be greeted by this hard-coded message with these options for our next message. We click I need urgent support, and we trigger by it this workflow, the product info. Actually, this is not product info, but let's say urgent support ID, because it might be confusing if I leave this at product info. And now let's say user is logged in, user message is. So okay, so we triggered this, user is logged in, user message is I need your urgent support, because we will click on this urgent support message. and afterwards these actions will be triggered. So the chatbot afterwards will reply in Hungarian. So this is only an example. Keep in mind, I have this messed up things because I keep only an example here. You can create your own stuff, and I will do also tutorial videos in the future where I will show some precise examples and some features how you can implement all these workflows. Okay, so afterwards we end conversation. Now let's save settings, and after settings are saved, we will see all these settings unchanged. And while this is saving, don't forget to click this video's description and be sure to like, share, subscribe this video. And Aimogen is currently discounted. It's $29. You can grab it at a great price at the moment, as it is in the Black Friday deal. So go ahead guys and check it. Okay, so now we ended this, and let us go ahead and test this new workflow that we created. So we go down here and we see all these are unchanged. Okay, so yeah, let's say I need support, because we said that we will trigger the first workflow. So here it is. Hello, how can I provide support for you today? This is this one. The support workflow was triggered. And now if we enter, we have also the max repeat count too. I will also show you this, but it will end conversation, so I will not be able, but no problem. So I need urgent support. See ya. Hello, how can I help you? It is very urgent. You need very urgent help. This is what the chatbot replied in Hungarian, because we asked it specifically to speak only Hungarian, and also it should end conversation in the next step. So regardless of what we type here, conversation ended and everything is disabled. So the chatbot considers that conversation ended because you specifically told it, hey, end conversation afterwards. Okay, so let's not end conversation here, and let's redirect to URL. So redirect to a custom URL. Let me go to my website here, and let's redirect to my website. So after this is done, we can even redirect to my website, and let's save. Okay, so we will be redirecting after we do this. So let's skip the support step and let's go directly to the I need urgent support. So I need urgent support. And bam, we will be redirected now to Code Revolution. Okay. So as you can see, the chatbot now replied in Hungarian. Afterwards, it redirected us to the website that we set it here up. Okay. Now, let me show you also this one. So I showed you that my max repeat count. So let's user message is I need help. So let's change this to help, as it was overlapping with the support from the other workflow. So previously, in my previous example, this workflow was triggered first because it had priority 0, same as the other workflow, but this was the first one in the queue, and it saw a message that contained the word support because I need urgent support was here before. Anyway, I need urgent help, and this will be able to be triggered twice. So let's delete this and save. I will be only leaving now in the chatbot a basic chatbot prompt addition. So let's say I need urgent help, and it replies in Hungarian. And if we write another time or need urgent help, it is replying another time in Hungarian, because max repeat count, a single action will be repeated twice. However, if I enter now again, I need urgent help, it will still reply in Hungarian. However, it will reply in Hungarian only because it saw that the previous messages it was replying in Hungarian. So the workflow will be triggered only twice to add this conversation. So to see this better in action, let's add a send chatbot message. Hi, how can I help? So let's use this static message to see this better, because the chatbot AI prompt addition can be tricky to be seen. So I need urgent help. How can I help? I need urgent help. Hi, how can I help? I need urgent help. Hello, how can I help you today? So this one is the chatbot response, the AI response, and these two are the hard-coded responses because max repeat count was set to 2. Okay. Ooh, wow, so we did not exemplify the jump to workflow ID. So for example, if you want to execute multiple actions and afterwards you want to start a new workflow, you can do the jump to workflow. And for example, if the user message is I need urgent help, we can jump to workflow support. So let's jump to workflow support. Let's save settings, and we will be able to see, hello, how can I provide support for you today? Even if I enter I need urgent help. I need urgent help. Hello, how can I provide support for you today? Because we triggered this workflow, the urgent help, urgent support workflow, which jumped to the support workflow ID. And this workflow was executed from here. And if we would have more actions here, more actions would have been executed afterwards. So for example, we can send another message. Okay, let me think about this. And another message. Nice. And another message. Okay. Okay. And so we have all these messages now. I need urgent help. Okay, let me think about this. Nice. Okay. And this is AI response because okay was the last action that was in this workflow. Okay, so like this you can automate your chatbots, you can provide support, you can provide the sales info, you can provide the anything that you think of. So basically this will add unlimited potential to the AI chatbot. It will be able to do things unimaginable before. Go ahead guys and check Aimogen. I will do on this tutorial, on this feature, more tutorials as more are needed. So one thing to note is you can download to file your chatbot settings string from here and load from file the settings field, the settings string that you have. You can back up and restore it here. And keep in mind, you can build custom chatbots using this settings string here. Okay, so this bot workflows feature is huge. Go ahead, guys, and check it. I talked for 40 minutes already, and I still did not cover the entire potential which this new feature will be bringing to Aimogen's chatbot. Go ahead, guys, explore it and play with it, as it will be game changing. So this is not available in any other chatbot so far, in any other plugins which provide chatbots, or even any other chatbots on the market. So I'm not aware of this feature so far. This is unique on the market. Go ahead, guys, and try it out. It will provide astonishing results and yeah, functionality which is never seen before. Okay, so if you have more ideas or suggestions, please let me know in the comments, as this feature was also implemented based on a suggestion from you guys. And thank you for all your ideas that are that you keep coming to me. And yeah, I'm really grateful for this guidance on how to implement and how to work on Aimogen. It is really great. So as you can see, this feature is a major update for Aimogen. It will come in the update which will be released tomorrow or today. Let's see when I will manage to do the final brushing up of the plugin for this new release. And yeah, thank you very much for watching the entire video. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. It's really helping me going forward. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.